Most people try to figure out everything on their own, and that's the slowest path possible. If you're chasing a dream, here are 3 things that I wish I did sooner that could save you years. Follow others in your niche and see what services that they offer. Forget just consuming the content, look at what they're selling. Do they offer coaching, workshops? Here's why this is good. If the person you're viewing is a little more niche, they can tend to give you more attention and they tend to have better prices. Number 2 is take a class in the area of your dream. You'll learn fast, and more importantly, it's going to help you put structure and growth into whatever your dream is. You'll stop randomly guessing what to do next. Trial and error. Maybe you can stumble across some success, but it's so much better if you know where you're going from the start. After taking a comedy class, I know exactly what I have to do to make a living doing comedy. And I suggest you do the same, because you're going to save so much time. Then connect with others in your community. Maybe you do that through the class, or maybe you do that through following their pages on social media. Most people overlook this. They just post their content and move on. But your peers become your network. They give you collabs, accountability, referrals. That's where momentum comes from. Let's talk about week 7 in my journey to become a stand-up comedian in just 1 year. This week, I went to Al's Den. This is the mic I completely bombed at on week 2.
All right, well, this has been an attempt at comedy.
Took a lot of guts for me to get back up there. Okay, let me just pat myself on the back. You probably weren't able to tell in the clip, but I had one joke out of an entire 3 minutes that worked. And the entire rest of the time was crickets. I'm really insane for trying to do this. And this week, I did a set about how I worked in residential treatment with at-risk youth. Here's an example of a joke that worked.
Probably the hardest part of the job, though, was the holds when the kids got violent, and we had to restrain the kids. Sometimes it would take 3 staff. Other times it would only take 1 rag of chloroform. Hey, it wasn't in the handbook, but you know what? Neither was the Benadryl smoothie, so we all keep our secrets.
Here's an example of a joke that didn't.
I'm really good at Super Smash Bros. There's one kid who would always beat me. After I won, he would always beat me.
Highlight of the week. So this was my first time telling these jokes, and honestly, it went really well. I consistently got laughs through the whole set. But more than that, I was confident. I'm not sure why, but I do think that this has to do with feeling more confident about my jokes in the first place. I noticed that when I feel like I wrote good jokes before I get on stage, that tends to translate to my confident persona when I'm on stage. What was the low light of the week? It was hard to think of one. That's very rare in stand-up comedy. We're very whiny people. But maybe it would just be that when I went back and watched the recording, while I still felt like it went well for a first-time set, I think my memory was that some of the jokes got better responses.
He would always beat me.
My phone was at the back of the room, so that could also just be the audio. So how am I feeling? Honestly, I left this week feeling really good. A complete contrast to last week's discouragement. I even met someone after the show who goes to a church near where I am and was just a really nice guy. He brought his girlfriend, we connected, so I met a new friend. Usually when people see my comedy, I lose their friendship. Well, that was it for week 7 in my journey to become a stand-up comedian in just 1 year. If you're chasing a dream, like stand-up comedy, or just want to watch me bomb, go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons. Toodles!